Okay, I see you see me. It's a view on your screens. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year. What do we like to say in South Africa? Compliments, young, the other season, something like that. But welcome to the new year. Welcome back to my subscribers that have been with me from the first season of SB. We are going into the new season, the new year. But before we go back to regular programming with the vlogs and everything, I did say in my last YouTube video that I'm going to be doing interviews and hearing other people's opinions and reflections of their time in South Korea. And that's what we're doing today. So today I have my first guest. I have my friend Kim, who has been, I think Kim has been in South Korea for half her life, probably 5, 6, 7 years. So we're going to hear from her side and hear her experiences. I have some questions that I've written for her, 5 max, and I think a closing question. But yeah, I hope you guys sit through, enjoy, and share the video. Let us begin. Guys, this is my guest, Kimmy K. Kim.
Are you just making up names for me now? What's wrong with you?
I would always give Kim names, and her name's literally just Kim. Not Kimberly, not Kimmy, not K-I-M. Finished.
Simple.
This is Kim. She's been in South Korea for 7 years, on and off.
Yeah.
I met her in 2020, just seeing her. We started hanging out in 2021. And then we were consistent in 2022. Right? I'm surprised you know. Kim is a ghost, let me tell you. One thing about Kim, I'm surprised. Let me not drag you.
I know, relax.
Okay. And cut. I'm joking. So these are the 5 main questions that I have for Kim. And yeah, we're going to start. They're super easy, super relaxed. And like I said, hope you guys enjoy the video. You ready?
Yep.
Question 1.1. The main and the easiest. Why did you choose to leave home and come to South Korea?
Well, why South Korea? I actually found out about South Korea through a friend that I used to play soccer with. And actually we were on Facebook friends at the time, and then he was just always traveling a lot, and it was right after he graduated from university. So I just reached out to him and was like, hey, how are you traveling so much? He was traveling around Korea, he was traveling around Japan, he was just going everywhere. And I'm just someone who's just graduated university, how do you have money to go and travel, right? So I just hit him up, and he's like, oh, I'm teaching in Korea part-time through the Talk program. I don't know if you've heard of that. It used to be a thing. Yeah, it used to be a thing in Korea. So then that's how I initially found out about teaching in Korea. And I've always just wanted to travel around the world. And I was like, hey, I can kind of take a break from my life, because university life was quite intense.
Tough.
Yeah, exactly. And then I didn't want to just jump into trying to get a job in Canada. So I was like, you know what, I'll just take a year. I'll take a year and teach in Korea and travel around and maybe make a little bit of money, but ended up getting comfortable.
Yeah.
And as you know, one of those people that's been stuck here for a long while.
Is always leaving, and yet she's always still here.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to say, Kim's from Canada.
Yeah, I'm from Canada. I'm Canadian.
She's from Canada.
So, but any Canadians and Americans that are over here for a long time, probably goofing around. Just they're not serious. They're not serious about life. I was never serious. I literally came to Korea just for fun, and then just ended up staying here.
I like that, because you were leaving once again.
Yeah.
And you're not.
What do you mean?
Didn't you say after this would be your last year?
Yeah, if I didn't get the position I got now, because I need at least 2 years experience for it to be worthwhile. Because all job positions, I
was about to go into that. I'm like, wait, remember, focus.
Yeah, so.
Okay, that's nice. Lovely. Question 2. Speaking about work, what is your job and what is a day like in your teaching life? Part 1.
Part one.
Part one.
So I actually work at an international school here in Korea. So maybe you guys know what Hagwon is, or the public school
System.
The system which majority of people teach at. And I used to work in the public school as well. But international schools are schools that teach the curriculum from the country that school is from. So I teach at a Canadian school, so we use the Canadian curriculum, and it's entirely in English. So the students are learning math, English, history, social studies, like everything.
Everything in English.
Everything in English. So pretty much as if you had a Canadian school or a British school or an American school, just pick it up and put it in Korea. Like that's essentially what it is. And the entire staff are foreigners too. So like your principal and like all your bosses, everyone is a foreigner.
So cool.
Yeah, and I am a PE teacher at my school. So
Fitness,
yeah. I teach the kids in the gym, skating and
ice skating. Please be specific.
And swimming. So that's what I do, because originally my degree is in physical education and science. So
didn't even know.
Yeah, so I was just teaching English and wasn't really using my degree originally, right? But now I get to use it at the international school, so that's pretty cool.
What is like a day like in teaching, especially PE? From like just like give it like a brief summary of how your day looks like.
So my day, it's much different than the public school. So it's literally just like a regular workplace, I guess, in your home country. So my day starts off is that we get an email telling us what our day might look like. Like we get like a daily schedule from our boss. Like it's like we call it the bulletin. So it'll be like, oh, 8 a.m. maybe this is going on today, or at 4 p.m. we have a meeting. And so I usually get in around 8 o'clock and then check my emails, check my calendar to see what I have for that day. And I actually have a lot of lessons every day. So I have at least 4 or 5 lessons every day. And that's a lot because there's only 7 periods. So pretty much I teach all day.
Basically the whole day.
For when we have our recess break and our lunch break.
And what ages are you teaching?
Kindergarten to grade 1. So literally they're like 4 to 6 years old.
How many per class?
Around 16 to 20 kids per class.
So, and one more. How long is that period? Because you've got 4. How long is one period?
45 minutes.
5 minutes of 4 to 5-year-olds. That's cute though. Your kids are really cute.
It is draining, that's for sure. But
I can't like the screaming, the teaching. But you really post like nice like ice skating videos. Well, that's the only thing you post on Instagram, like of
the ice skating, because it's new. Right? And it's fresh. Like we just built our ice rink, so that's why I like posting it. Also, it's fun, and I'm not the main teacher for ice skating, so I have more freedom to like film the kids, because like someone else is teaching, I'm just there to support him and like the kids and stuff. So that's pretty good, and it's far different than teaching the kids in the public school or Hagwon.
Also in class, because most of us, we just used to sit with them the whole day in class. You like outside.
Yes, so like
totally different.
Yeah, we also have different responsibilities, so we actually have to do grades and like report on them and talk to their parents. And we also have duties, so like at recess or lunchtime we have to take care of the kids, like look after them. So like they get a recess time, you know, like in a public school they have a recess time, but like
they just let them be.
Yeah, you just let them be. I mean, they don't give the foreign teacher any responsibilities outside of the classroom. You don't really have any other responsibilities, but like at the international school it's just like teaching in like your home country. Like you're pretty much responsible for the kids the whole day.
All day.
And it's a little different because the kids' English there is crazy. You know, like pretty much fluent. Yeah. Almost for their age group. Like if you have 4-year-olds, they can talk like my nieces. You know, like it's the same
full sentences.
Sentences. They understand what you're saying. Like it's none of like trying to like jump around and be
Don't-
like, this is what we're
don't
doing
come for
today.
us.
Yeah, no, but that's how it is. But no, I'm definitely enjoying it very much because I mean that's my field of study.
That's your field.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So
Must be nice. And after like a long day of work, what do you get up to in your free time? Which is weekends, anytime. Yes, please, this is your specialty.
is it my specialty?
You're never around.
No, these days I'm just literally watching Netflix, to be honest, watching movies, staying inside. But
When you're not watching movies and stay inside, she's
traveling,
not
I
even in the
guess.
country. One thing about Kim, she's not in the country.
So another good thing about working at my school is that we have a lot of vacation time. So yeah, traveling.
Yeah, that takes me so
Traveling,
much.
traveling.
Never
Just go
around.
out and seeing the world, sightseeing, eating foods. I've done a lot of traveling around Jeju. So.
Oh, you say Jeju, I thought you were gonna say South Korea. You've traveled
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
although in South Korea, but I mean like regularly too, right? I mean this is from before when I was working in the public school, right? Just traveled around Jeju a lot, but yeah, traveled around Korea a lot. What? I home a lot. I go home a lot.
Oh, Kim goes home like as if you'd swear Canada is like next door to South Korea.
Yeah.
Kim is home. Kim is always home. I think that is why you've been able to stay in South Korea so long.
Yeah, that's true.
You've been home.
That's true.
Can't relate. What did I want to speak about in terms of traveling? I think I forgot. If I come back to it, but it was about one of these countries. Anyway, the next one. Ooh, how do you navigate friendships in Korea, or how do you go about making friends in Korea? This is especially if you're thinking about somebody who's never been to Korea and they're looking for friends. Like, how would you just explain navigating friendships in Korea?
Well, I know for me, I've just always met people through the orientation. So like I know like Epic has that big orientation before everyone gets separated into their places. So like I've always just met people from there. Also, I don't have a lot of friends, man. I don't know. You know me. I honestly really don't even mess with too many people. But
yeah,
I will say that I don't know. Like I've met people through Instagram, so social media.
Okay.
Yeah, and also Facebook groups.
Facebook groups. Absolutely.
Yeah, Facebook groups are super key, I think, in finding people and finding a community and just for everything. Because there's like, you know, Canadians in South Korea. There's like the Jeju Island thing.
Yeah.
There's like Black in South Korea groups. Like there's just anything. I think, I think that's a good way. Definitely Facebook. I know it's like old and like not a lot of people use it, but that's the only thing. That's the only thing I use Facebook for is the groups because those groups will have like thousands of people. So it's like, and people are quite active on it, and you can, you know what I'm saying. You can still have conversations and type, and so Facebook definitely Facebook. And I know maybe not too much in Jeju, but I know probably like in mainland in Seoul or Daegu or Busan, there's a lot of community places I think people go to, like spots, like hot spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Daegu people always Daegu and Busan. Yeah, I get you. So I think there's like a lot of hot spots that like foreigners go to, and I think people can just go there. And like, if you're the type of person that's very social, and you can go out, maybe even just by yourself, you should probably walk into one of those places and you'll meet like a bunch of people. Yeah, facts.
It's like I said all of this in my previous video, so I like that you also like. Like, you know, you're backing me up.
Yeah, that's like, the way.
I'm sure somebody's like, I don't think you're probably on Facebook like that. I'm really not, but those groups are everything. We're almost at the end. Okay, cool. What was your experiences of COVID or COVID restrictions in Korea? And in any aspect, like, because even in work, like, COVID changed a lot of things.
What COVID restrictions? I was not restricted. I'm joking, but like I say this like it's a joke, but when I was in the public school, I remember they tried to tell us like, oh, like don't travel, don't do this. I'm like, who? So I remember because it was the school stopping us from going places, not necessarily the government. I'm like, there's still flights. Yeah. So like, who are you to tell me where and not like I can't go. So I mean, I was like, honestly, I remember when the school first, the COVID restrictions first hit when I was in public schools, and they tried to tell us, like specifically foreign teachers, like don't go anywhere. But I'm like, what? I see Koreans going everywhere, so I'm like, I'm going too. And I was like, well, if somebody catches me at the airport, like another teacher, I'm like, so we both in trouble because you're not supposed to be going anywhere either. But yeah, no, during the COVID restrictions, I was still traveling around Korea, to be honest. I know a lot of people were like scared. I'm just like, what are they gonna do? Fire me?
I mean, and they did. Like,
they did. Yo, those ticket prices were like $2 during COVID, man.
I think you used to post like your tickets. Like, I found tickets for this much on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like, look at Kim.
But no. But the COVID restrictions were kind of it was tough. Yeah, because I think we were in like that curfew for like 2 years, dude. Everything was closed at like 6 or 7, and like the group thing, like it just. I get it, and like I totally respect it, and it was obviously tough for everybody in the entire world.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the COVID restrictions at first in Korea were kind of like, how can I say? They were trying to like single out foreigners, like especially at school. Like a lot of the rules that they were putting was only because we were foreigners. So for example, like when some outbreak happened in like Seoul, like Itaewon, I remember our schools were asking us like, oh, like did you guys go to Seoul? Like no, like why? Like that doesn't make sense. And like they're like, oh, like don't lie, like just tell us. We're like,
Jeju.
We're literally in a whole island. Like why would we have been
about those experiences
in Seoul? Like what are you talking about? So it was like, yeah, it was just very odd and weird. But after it got over that hump of like blaming the foreigners and stuff like that, it got pretty much more like equal restrictions for everyone. And then I was like, all right, cool, like definitely follow it and like be respectful and stuff. But yeah, no, it was definitely hard, but I'm lucky that I'm also a homebody, so I was just, playing soccer, watching movies.
Playing soccer. How long have you been playing soccer in Korea?
Yeah, like since I got here, 2016 probably. Yeah.
Like actually, one of the reasons why I wrote the second question is because I'm thinking this last question. Because I know that you're always playing soccer. Because by now you should be like, what's the soccer? Do they even have a women's soccer league in Korea?
Yeah. Especially, it's not too big on Jeju, but in like mainland, it's pretty big. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, we're going to the next question. What's the next one? Oh, and I'm holding the card. Any proud goals or achievements that you've attained while here in South Korea? No, actually, not limited to any.
Actually, like it was, it's kind of weird because I actually didn't come to Korea with any types of goals or anything. Like I said, I just came here for fun,
for vibes,
and then I just ended up staying. So, and I got comfortable, so I was just like, well, whatever. Making money, saving a bit, and like I can travel. I only really started to push myself after I got like too comfortable, and I was kind of like, there's no upward movement like in the job position, so I was just kind of like, well, it's the same thing, like repeated after day after day after day, you know what I'm saying? It kind of falls into that routine. So I guess, and then I set for myself, like, I'm definitely leaving Korea if I don't get into like international school and I start using my actual degree, and start and like have a job in my field. So I guess that's good. I feel like that was a goal of mine, and I'm proud that I work at the school that I work at now. Also, making it out of the trenches of a one room into a real apartment.
Now, why are we in it? This is not about catching strays. But Sim says we live in tin apartments, like our little cans.
Yeah, so finally, after years of living in Korea, like out of a one room, so that's good.
We're actually in Kim's apartment as we're filming this. Mansion, like you went from, actually you did first of all, I forgot to tell you, Kim used to be a YouTuber, and you did an apartment tour, right?
Yeah.
If you were to see that and this,
I know.
I think you had a smaller, even smaller than the ones. I don't know if you've ever been to Sky. I doubt it. Smaller than the ones that we have. Was it the same size as PJ's?
The one that she has at...
The first one that she...
No, it's bigger than that.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess the job I have now is pretty cool. The apartment, and also I have a car. So that's cool. Huh?
The car! We're not speaking of a little toy.
You should edit, now she's gonna put in the clip. I'm sure you
Can
have
I?
the video of.
Do I have a normal video that's not edited? Because I'm always using like filters on videos.
If
Now
not,
you're
I'll
giving
send
me
you
permission.
one. Edit car
Please.
clip now.
Like when I actually close the video, I'm
Yeah.
gonna edit with the video of her car. Ow. The first time Kim picked me up
That's so funny.
in that car.
Yeah, so I guess those are good accomplishments, I think, for somebody who's living in Korea.
Car, apartment, using your degree. Like you're the prime example. No, let me not put pressure, guys.
No, no pressure.
No pressure. That's really good, dude. Yo, that is really nice. This apartment. Because I think you got your car first and then you got the apartment.
Yes, because I knew I was going to be living further away from school.
Did you? I thought you just got the car because you wanted to get a car.
No. I knew I was going to be living further away from school, so I got it. Yeah.
Whew. Wow, this actually was so chilled, relaxed.
Yeah.
And we add our final question. Well done. And that's just a general, any tips or advice for people seeking specifically international schools in South Korea?
Specifically international schools.
Specifically.
Well, not international school related, but a tip if you're coming is definitely have a plan on like what you want to do in your free time that you have. Maybe set some goals or things that you'd like to achieve while you're here, and only plan to come here for 1 year. I promise you, because I would say like don't get stuck, because I feel like a lot of people get stuck here. So if you plan for 1 year, but if you do have a plan and that plan runs longer, then yeah, stay. But like, don't just, I think not just for fun, unless that's what you want to do, but just don't get stuck here.
Jeez, deep. I feel dragged, but okay. Continue.
We're all stuck here. We're all literally in the same boat, stuck in Korea. But no, specifically for international school, if you have your teaching license and your teaching degree, so my only advice would be don't even go to Hagwon or public school. Just try to go directly into international school.
Is it easy trying to find an international school when you have like your teaching license and your teaching degrees?
Yeah, because you're qualified. So like I would say just honestly go for it. And then if you do want to come to Korea, like just apply to the international schools and wait until you get into an international school and then come to Korea. Because come directly coming to teach in the international school. Yes, because the Hagwons and the public schools have different start dates and different schedules than the international schools. So you don't want to get stuck like at your Hagwon or at your public school and having to go back home and then coming back to international school. Because the very first time I remember when I wanted to try applying to the international school, my public school wouldn't let me out of my contract. So it would be like I'm breaking my contract and they're like, well, you're gonna have to go back to Canada because your visa is pretty much taken away. They made it so hard. So I would just say if you do want to come to international school, just come directly from your country if you can. Because what I ended up doing was I ended my contract and I ended up staying in Korea on a D10 visa, which is a looking for work visa, because I knew I didn't want to get another job because I'll be stuck in that job and wouldn't be able to leave my contract to get into international school. So I got a 6 months visa to stay in Korea without a job, and then I was applying to the schools. So that's why I was free to
that's why you were
take the job
everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
For a long time.
So if you have the requirements, the teaching degrees,
just go for it.
Just go directly to the international school. Don't even bother with the just simply because it's going to be hard for you to get out of it if you do end up finding a position. So
like that. I know a few people who just finished teaching, but they just finished getting like their teaching degree, and one person was looking specifically for international jobs. I was like, I know nothing.
Yeah, you can still try, because One, there's a lot of South Africans at my job. Actually, I think there's like 4 or 5. I think that's a lot.
That is.
And also a lot of international schools have other positions that aren't full-time teachers. Like, so I started out as the assistant teacher, so like an intern. So they had their homeroom teacher, and then they had me, which I helped the homeroom teacher. Like, if she was away, I'd sub for her, or like I'd prepare photocopies and like class materials for her and help her like with email. So you're like assisting the homeroom teacher. So if you don't have that much experience, you can get the experience from different positions at the schools. So like they have like graduate programs as well. Like, so after you're finished, they have like,
oh nice, like straight from varsity to Listen guys, that was lovely. Thank you, Kim. Ooh, that was perfect.
No problem.
And that is it. That's a wrap. I would love if this was not recording.
It better be recording. It was nice to talk with you guys. So hopefully you found some good information here and it's useful and you enjoyed the video.
When you're recording with YouTubers, thanks for closing my video. And we're out. Finished. See you in the next video, guys. Stay tuned.